Over the last couple of decades, who surprised you the most in that process? Is there somebody that you went in thinking they were just a complete goon, and then you come out saying, wow, they're a lot more impressive than I thought?
Unfortunately, I think it often goes the other way. There are people you think are going to be very impressive. They have great resumes, and then when you meet with them, you're like, oh, there's not a lot there. Do
you get to see the humor in all of this at all? Do you walk away from an editorial, or I keep saying editorial, an endorsement interview, and just laughing on the way back to your office?
Sure. I mean, I don't know if it's so much humor, but we talk about, these opinion page editors and writers, who we are, what we are. I like to say that on one hand, we're curmudgeons because we've seen so much. We're disappointed because people often don't do the right thing. And if they would just not always listen to us, but, just do the things that science tells you to do, that the people tell you to do, things would work out, and it doesn't happen. So, we're very curmudgeonly. But every day, there we are, writing again, please vote for this, don't raise taxes, do raise taxes. So we're such optimists that things can change, that people are gonna listen to us. So it's a very weird mix.
Do you still have that optimism, genuinely?
You have to. You have to, otherwise it would just be the most depressing thing ever, especially in journalism because you're so immersed in the news of the day, from what's happening in the world to what's happening in America. There's a lot of really depressing stuff. And if you're not optimistic that it's gonna get better, I don't think you could do this day in and day out. So I don't know that it's funny, but it has to be hopeful.
Oh, it's funny. It's definitely funny. So Election Day is Tuesday, and if there's any message you can deliver to people who are maybe on the fence about voting for one reason or another, what would you tell them?
Vote. You have to vote. People who disagree with you may have already voted. They're going to vote. So you have to vote. And when you say, oh, my vote doesn't matter, it matters. There are elections that are really, really close. And Maine does really well. I mean, our voter turnout is among the highest in the nation, but still a lot of elections, a third of the people, half the people don't show up and vote. So your voice matters. You have to vote.